All right, after a brief delay, we are live from Red Wing, Minnesota. Thanks for joining us. Score is 0-0. Couple shots on goal so far from Red Wing, but here comes Anderson. Anderson the other direction. She's got a rush up ice trying to get space. She gets hauled down, pushed into the boards, no call. Unfortunately, no shots on goal out of that rush. Out front and covered. Good opportunity for the Spartacats. That one stuck, shot towards the crease. Swept away briefly. Simons had an opportunity to pick that one back up, and that one gets back out to mid-ice. Oberhammer has it stuck in her skates, able to get it back out. Still covered, and here comes Oberhammer the other direction on a rush. Oberhammer slows it down, gets it up to Ebersteiner. Ebersteiner takes it, getting into the corner. Nice puck protection, tried to center that for Anderson. That one just goes wide a little bit. Red Wing gets that back to the neutral zone. Nice job by Reynolds to slow that one down, and McCabe gets it up. She gets tripped, no call. Back to mid-ice here. Red Wing trying to get it in, stopped there by Ebersteiner. And Bredemus will pick that up behind the net. 8:50 left in this first period. Up the boards to McCabe. McCabe centers that for Maria. Holman. Zone. Centers that across the crease. Getke sends that up into the air. Bats it back down. Backhanded opportunity there by McCabe. Tried to center that. Bredemus able to sweep that one back in. Once again. Bredemus keeps it in. McCabe tries to center that there. Holman's out in the slot. Nice job by Getke to use her size. Getke leaves for Bredemus. Bredemus there pinching. She's bringing it forward. Getke in the slot. Backhands it forward. Covered by the Red Wing netminder. Nice pressure there by the Spartacats. 7:50 left. Shots probably fairly even. Puck's back down. Bodsberg. That one gets sent back around to the other corner. Abbott there to slow it down. Red Wing reverses that back around. McCullum trying to apply pressure. Bodsberg gets a stick on it. She's tripped. Puck stays in the zone. McCullum and Oberhammer work together, keep that in. Red Wing able to push it back. Kelly has that out, brings it back in, offside whistle. A little too quick on the draw to get that back in, but Bodsberg pushes that forward. McCullum going after as well. Red Wing able to get it back into the neutral. Oberhammer slowed it down. McCullum bothering from behind. Kelly at the boards, able to get it back out into the neutral zone. Red Wing touches back up, send it on net, poked into the corner by Levine. Nice paddle to the side. Oberhammer reverses that, leaves that for Kelly in the corner. Red Wing trying to pick that up as well. Red Wing sends it around the back of the net. Oberhammer gets it over to Kelly. Kelly going to send that up the boards. Abbott not able to get a full stick on it, but Spartacats still not able to get zone. And here comes Oberhammer. Oberhammer sends that up for McCullum. McCullum trying to make space for herself. Stuck in some skates and feet there, but gets behind the net regardless. 6:32 left. Bodsberg. McCullum trying to get a stick on it. Reynolds pinches, gets it caught up in her feet. Still in the zone and back out past Bredemus, but nice job by Bodsberg to provide a good back check. McCullum sends it up. Red Wing Sends it across ice, doesn't hit any tape to tape. And that one gets sent out. Almost had an interception there by Bodsberg. Reynolds behind the net. Leaves it for Bredimus. Bredimus thought about ringing it up there, but pulls it to the center. Now sends it up the boards. And here goes back for, here comes Simons, gets it up to Emersteiner, up to Anderson. Anderson brings it to the outside and sends it towards the net, and goaltender and pokes it into the corner. Anderson, Ebersteiner fighting for it. Got Simons there too. Bredimus will take a pinch. Get it back to the center for Simon. Simon shot. Nice job by Reynolds to slow that one down at the blue line. They will have to touch back up, drop back down. D pass by Red Wing. Back again. Red Wing brings that in onside. Looking to take a shot. Glove save, Levine. Levine read that, had a good angle, and got that glove out for a nice save. With a windmill to finish it off, of course. Puck back down, pushed back to the blue line, back up to the point for Red Wing. To the side, almost stepped into the side there. Wraparound opportunity, back out front. Good opportunity for Red Wing. They were able to get Red Wing not able to get much control there, and Oberhammer will go and retrieve in the corner. Nice stop there, reverse, gets over to Kelly. Kelly on the awards, tried to poke that out, sent on net, and that one goes wide of the crease. And Holman will get it at the boards, not able to get it up. That one gets over to McCabe. McCabe intercepts, sends it back. Another shot, missed there, and here comes Oberhammer trying to get through the middle, gets it over to Holman. And Holman will keep it to the outside. She gets it in the zone, followed there by Getke. Getke rushes towards the net. Holman trying to center that, not able to get it off in time. Red Wing will take control and come back into the neutral zone. Bredimus chases it down. She'll be first on for the Spartacats. Slows that down, gets it back to the board for McCabe. McCabe sends that up and out. Red Wing will have to touch up, send that D to D, and then send that back in. Not in time. Offside is the whistle and the call. 3:19 left in the first period. Puck's back down. That one pushed forward by Bodsberg. Bodsberg trying to pull aside, runs into her own player, and Red Wing brings it in on side, number 23. Stopped there by Bredimus. Bredimus trying to pull it off the wall. Spartacats able to get it back out into the neutral zone. Caught in some feet. Abbott able to get that down deep into the zone. And McCullum will rush. Icing is waved off. McCullum, nice pressure there into the boards. Red Wing sends it up to the point for Reynolds. Reynolds sends it on net and goal! Reynolds with the goal to get the Spartacats on the board, 1-0. Nice job, Charlie Reynolds, Chuck Reynolds. Spartacats go on 1-0. 2:46 left in the game. Ebersteiner pushed that back down. That one gets sent up past the red line. Simons trying to dig that away. Nice job by Ebersteiner to get that forward. Simons trying to get that over to Anderson, or Red Wing will take it over the other way. Charlotte Reynolds, their goal scorer. That one gets up and out. Ebersteiner trying to dig that one out. That one goes past Anderson. Reynolds gets that back up to the red line and into the zone. Ebersteiner applying pressure. Takes the puck away, trying to get to find her forehand, but that was on her backhand. Kept in there by Oberhammer. Nice job, but Red Wings going to get that right out if they can, but they're not able to. Ebersteiner and Simons kept that in. Red Wing back at the blue-red line. Oberhammer trying to pull it to herself. Sends that across. Luckily, gets bobbled there. Simons pulls it away. Helped out there by Ebersteiner. Into the zone. Kept in by Red Wing. Nice job by Ebersteiner. Pull it away over to Anderson. Anderson didn't have enough time to position her feet and get back in shooting position. back across. That one will get to Oberhammer, trying to pull it with skates. Turns that over to Red Wing, but Anderson able to get that and recollect. Anderson boards, nice pass up. Here comes Viola Ebbesteiner, trying to backhand that back over to Anderson, but she gets poked off at last minute. Red Wing trying to find some pressure the other way. They're going to send that down for an icing whistle. Nice pressure by the Spartacats to force the icing call. Make them make decisions, get rid of the puck, and now we have it back down on the right side of the ice where we want it. Getke at the draw. Getke. Red Wing pulls that back. That one at the blue line. Back in. Kelly kept that in. Nice stick by Getke. That one finds the stick of Oberhammer. Oberhammer gets that back on. Holman and Getke be able to touch up, get back. Getke. Nice stick in the corner. 46 seconds left. Centered. Kelly at the point. Just lost it at the point. Children, but that's okay because now there's not a rush on the other direction. So 40.2 seconds left in the first period. Spartacats lead 1-0. Puck's back down in the neutral zone. Getke gets that in. Nice job by Holman to track that and go after it into the boards. Holman gets bumped off the puck, loses an edge, goes down, no call. Holman sends it in the corner for McCabe. Out front for Bredemus. Bredemus shot on goal. Holman had a backstep there, didn't have enough of an angle to go there. Shots on goal 7-5 in favor of the Spartacats. Nice job again by Reynolds to keep that in. 7 seconds left. Bredemus sends that in. Going to run out of time, and that is our first period. Spartacats find themselves on the positive side of a 1-0 lead. We will be right back after a brief break. Back for the second period. For those of you who didn't make the trek down to Red Wing, thanks for joining us online. Bodsberg, Abbott, McCullum, Oberhammer, and Kelly. Puck is back down. Back to the red line for Red Wing with a potential 3-on-2 here. They slow it down. Shot blocked by Oberhammer. Chased away and sent up the boards. Red Wing's going to be able to keep that one in. Send a shot behind the net. Nice job by Oberhammer to keep pressure there, lift the stick. Centering opportunity gets deflected there by Bodsberg. Red Wing able to keep it in the zone and center it over, but Abbott, nice job to clear the zone, get it out there. Red Wing clears, sends it back in, finds the stick of Oberhammer. Oberhammer feeds that up. Won't be enough for icing. It's certainly going to go on net otherwise. Pick up there, top of the circles, and back out into the neutral zone. Bodsberg giving pressure from behind. Kelly pushes hers outside. Nice job by Oberhammer out front. That one sent up and out. That one will be enough for icing. So we'll get a whistle and get back down to the other side with 12:57 left in the second period. Steiner pick that one back up at the blue line. She's going to keep it to the outside. Finding some space for herself. Takes it towards the net slot. Still loose out in front. And covered. Somehow that made its way underneath the goalie. Not able to cover, but a save nonetheless. So that should bring shots 8-6. Spartacats coming into this game with a 4-1-1 record. Red Wing coming in with 6-2. Spartacats only one of two teams with one blemish to their record. Nice job by Brenimus to reverse that, get it back into the zone. Red Wing gets it right back out. Reynolds brings that to the center and brings that in. Still trying to regain possession. Red Wing will pick it up. Defended there by Brenimus. Sent on. Icing. Didn't quite get across that red line in order to get onside there. So that will get back into the favorable side for the Spartacats. 12-17 left in the second. Ebersteiner. That one gets poked to the side. Anderson watching carefully. That one gets reversed around and Simons picks up. Trying to get over there. Brenimus is going to try to pinch. That one gets back out to the center for Reynolds, who picks it up. Spartacats touch back up. Ebersteiner pulls it aside, brings that in onside, just barely. And that one will go all the way back down for another icing whistle. And we will come back down around again. Wholesale line change for your Spartacats on the ices. Oberhammer, Holman, Getke, McCabe, and Kelly. Getke at the draw. Getke, the Red Wing pulls that back, sends it around the back of the net. Good job by Holman to get there. That one gets back to the top of the point for Kelly. Kelly tries to center that from McCabe, gets it down back behind the net. Getke able to send that home to center there. Still trying to poke at it. That one gets lost down below McCabe. And Red Wing sends it back over to the side boards, trying to send it up. Holman. Overhammer. Shot on net gets blocked there. They bring that aside. Nice job by Overhammer to provide pressure. She's going to have a hook. Penalty called on Overhammer with a hook. That will send Spartacats on the penalty kill for a minute and a half. For a minute and a half. 88, Overhammer. Penalty. One too many for the Spartacats. We're going to have to get one off. Pushes that to the side, top of the circle, shot on net, goes past. Red Wing not able to tip it in. That one gets sent out towards the crease. McCabe. Brenimus, shot goes wide of the net. Poked aside. Getke able to get that out of the zone and trying to gain some speed for herself. She's taking it, gets tripped, no call. Brenimus waits for that zone to clear. Nice job back to Reynolds. Reynolds gets that up to Getke, sends that back over for Reynolds. Reynolds able to push it up. Back in for Red Wing. Past Brenimus. Nice job by McCabe to send it behind the net and back out. 39 seconds left to kill. McCabe sends it up the point, not able to get it out. Shot on net, goes wide of the crease. Centering opportunity, kept in at the point. Getke bumps her player off. Sent towards there. Brenimus pick it up behind the net. 18 seconds left back to kill. Branimus behind. She's going to center for herself, and she's off. Branimus taking it in, got one to beat. Poked away at the last minute there, and that one will go back rolling away for Red Wing. Penalty successfully killed off. Sent back around. That one's going to go all the way down for Reynolds. Not far enough for icing. Back into neutral zone. D-to-D pass. Red Wing gets it into the zone onside. Branimus will pick it up. She almost lost it. Red Wing pulling it to the center. Gets a shot. Saved there. Levine not able to poke in the rebound. That one gets sent towards the net and off the stick of Branimus. Branimus trying to pull it to the center. Reynolds will pull it back behind the net wisely. Reynolds sends that up for McCullum. McCullum centers. And here comes Branimus with another rushing attempt. Gets it over to McCullum. Bodsberg is going to pick up the loose change, bring it in onside. Bodsberg brings it to the center, trying to find space. That one gets poked into the corner. McCullum will chase after it first for the Spartacats. Centering opportunity, that one goes off the skate back into the other corner. Red Wing trying to make something happen. Abbott gets it. Back out front for McCullum. McCullum sends that towards the crease. Bodsberg there throw. McCullum on back up the boards, and here comes Red Wing the other direction. 2-on-2, they bring it through the center. Red Wing able to pick that back up and enter the zone. Kept to the outside. Centering opportunity goes off of a skate. Red Wing still up front, and here comes Overhammer the other way. Overhammer with pressure, trying to find someone to pass it to, but gets bumped off the puck. McCullum kept in there, almost kept in there by Bodsberg. Just a little bit of white showing between that blue line and the puck, so they will correctly call offside. 7:39 left in this second period. January going to be packed full of games and tournaments, so be sure to keep in tune. Red Wing trying to get pressure, and here comes Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner driving the net, shot towards there, looking for a centering opportunity. That's still loose out front, but it's poked away. Red Wing able to regain control, send it up the boards, but Spartacats trying to recover that as well. Kept in there by Branimus. Branimus still working on it. Kept in there by Simons, and here comes Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner trying to center that over. Interference, a hooking call. So now the Spartacats will go on the power play off of a hold from number 9 on Red Wing. Nice job to keep pressure in front of the net. Keep at it and draw the penalty. Ebensteiner. Will take the draw. Ebensteiner pushes it aside. Anderson trying to get possession there as well. Overhammer at the point. Dumps it for Anderson. Back to the point for Overhammer. Overhammer steps around one. Trying to get aside. Now that'll find Red Wing. Nice job. Pass back to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner trying to just feather that up to Anderson, and does get it there. Red Wing trying to get it right back out. Overhammer will have to wait. Sends that across. Nice pass to Simons. Simons keeps it on the outside. Center for Anderson there. Back for Kelly. Kelly tried to send that on, and that one will go back out. Overhammer defending, not able to get a full puck on it. Overhammer. That one back for Kelly. Kelly, nice pass over to Anderson. Anderson not able to get around her last defender, but we'll send it in deep behind the net. 34 seconds left in the power play. Ebensteiner will go and try to regain possession. Anderson with a good stick. Anderson centers that back out, trying to get to Overhammer. Nice try, but good job by McCabe to keep it in. Overhammer, that one sneaks back out. All the way down, icing waved off. Kelly behind the net. Nice job to reverse the other way. Oberhammer sends it all the way around, trying to find Holman, and will find her. Holman skating. Wings able to kill that one off, pick it back up at neutral ice, but Holman able to get it back into the zone. Holman rushes the puck. That one goes the other way. Bredimus wisely changes directions, and that one gets sent over. Reynolds in a foot race there. Shot hits the side of the net. Centering opportunity hits the side as well. Nice job by Reynolds to send that, force that pass. Centering opportunity broken up by Bredimus behind the net. Good pressure. Bredimus brings that around. Sells it. Sends it back behind the net for Reynolds. Reynolds sends it back to Bredimus. Bredimus leaves that for Getke. And here comes Getke. Getke brings it to the center. She's got one beat. She does. And here comes Getke. Getke shot coming and just fluttered aside. Nice opportunity there. Kept in there by Reynolds. Shot on net. Goalie's just going to be happy to cover it. Shots on goal, 10-10. 5-on-5 hockey is resumed. Fosberg at the draw. Leaves that for McCullum. Back to the point for Simons. I'm sorry, Bredimus. Bredimus shot on net, goes wide. Reynolds goes back to the side, kept in there by McCullum. Nice stick. Abbott gets it back into the corner with a nice stick as well. Red Wing takes that through the circles. Tried to get that back. Nice job by Abbott to keep that in. That one just sneaks right back out. Have to get back offsides, and we do. Get onside, sorry. Red Wing trying to pick that up, gets stuck in some skates. Bredimus defending. That one gets pushed aside for Abbott to pick up. Abbott's going to send that up the boards to the point and out. Icing is going to be the whistle. Icing is whistle, 3:39 left in the second. That one goes back behind. Spartacats trying to settle that down and bring it back up. Red Wing sends it back up to their point. Centers, hits a stick, but back out. Red Wing will have to touch back up, sends it in, onside. Back out to neutral ice, and Red Wing will send that back in. Kelly sends it up the boards. That one does get out, and for almost had a Bobsberg on a break there. Back in, offside is the whistle. Pushes that aside to the Simons. Stepping up is Kelly. Kelly tried to get off the boards. She'll try that again. Gets to Ebensteiner. Once again, Oberhammer will have to retreat. Send it across the side of the net to hit Anderson. Anderson bringing it on the outside. Able to get around one. Brings it in and gets it further deep into the zone. Ebensteiner watching. Same as Simons, that one go back out to the point. Kept in there by Kelly in her skates, and she brings it back out offside. Puck's down, pushed ahead. Simons. That one's loose for Red Wing. Back to Reynolds. Reynolds looking for an outlet pass. Gets it up to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner, nice job. 3-on-2 opportunity. Tried to get that over to Anderson. Anderson rushing for it. Gets poked off. back behind. That one will go back to the point for Bredimus. Bredimus' shot gets blocked. Simons takes a shot towards the net, paddled behind. Anderson, nice pressure. Anderson, Ebensteiner trying to pull it off. Ebensteiner looking for that wraparound opportunity or centering. Simons, nice job in front. Reynolds getting back for the rush. Bredimus keeps her goal to the outside. Shot on net goes wide. Back towards the side of the net. Red Wing sends it the other way. Reynolds behind the net, able to slow it down. Wrapped around, centering opportunity. That one goes to the side. Shot goes wide. Centering, and then Bredimus comes away with it. Just back down. Back down. Sorry. And Anderson brings it in center, drives towards the net. Anderson has a shot out front. Ebensteiner got held up. She couldn't get the stick on there. McCabe working for it. Anderson slows it down again. Back out for Red Wing. Red Wing the other way. They're going to send it down. Levine will have to play that. Pokes it aside for Bredimus. Bredimus sends it over, trying to get there for McCabe. McCabe will get it. Just out of her reach. Shot goes behind the net. 40 seconds left. Reynolds into the corner. Sends it up for Holman. Kept in there. McCabe sends it back to the boards. Holman trying to get it back out. Bredimus slows it down. Trying to get that back over Holman. Red Wing picks it up. Red Wing centers. Kept over by Getke. Getke sends it for herself, and here comes Maria Getke. One more to beat. Here comes Maria. Shot on goal. Gets deflected aside. Still working at it. That one goes back up towards the point. Getke falls down. Bredimus defending. Able to get it off. Shot not in time. Nice back check by Bredimus. And we will be back for the third. Here comes third period live from Red Wing, Minnesota. Holman, Bodsberg, Getke, sorry, not Bodsberg, McCabe, Kelly, Oberhammer, and we are ready to go. Puck is down and won by Getke, back to Oberhammer. Oberhammer drops that back up for Getke. Nice breakout play there. Getke brings it in through the center. Takes it aside, shot on goal, loose rebound, no one there to tap it in. McCabe sends that back to the boards. Back into the corner for Holman. Checking call on Holman. So another power play for Red Wing. Puck down, pass to the top of the circle, sent across D to D. Sent on goal, deflected aside by Levine. Overhammer reverses that back around to Kelly. Nice job. Too bad we don't have the ability to ice the puck on a penalty kill, but Kelly says she doesn't need it. That one sent over to Overhammer. Overhammer, Red Wing, not able to regain possession. That one goes back. Gecki has that lost in her feet. Red Wing sends that back to the top. Kelly with an opportunity does pull it away, and Kelly will send that down. Red Wing able to recover, get it to the blue line. Nice job by McCabe to bounce off the puck. Offside is the whistle. 49 seconds left in the minute-and-a-half penalty. Brenimus Reynolds need 2 more on the ice. We would not like a 5-on-2. Bosberg pushes that forward. That one deflected there. Red Wing able to keep that in. That one gets caught by Bredimus. Bredimus skates it in front of the crease dangerously. McCullum able to help get that one out. Red Wing brings that right back in with numbers. Shot across, poked aside. Bosberg sends that back up to the blue line. D-to-D pass at the top. Shot on goal. Covered. Covered again. Rebound. Poked away. Sent up the boards. Shot towards the net. Gets deflected by Bredimus. And here comes Bosberg. Short-handed for 3 more seconds. Bosberg brings it in. Onside. Gets it over to McCullum. McCullum sends that back behind the net. Spartacats back at full strength with 12 minutes left to go in the period. Reynolds, nice job to keep that in. Tried to center that to McCullum. Red Wing sends it out of the zone. Abbott sent that in. That one going to go all the way in. Tipped aside by netminder. Kept in there by Bosberg. Abbott sends it on net. That one goes behind McCullum. Nice pressure there with a good stick. Kept in there by Reynolds. Reynolds sends that on. Deflects up and top. Abbott trying to look for a centering opportunity. She's tripped behind, no call. Red Wing goes into the corner. Trying to push it up the boards, but kept out, almost kept in by Bredimus. Bredimus drops it back to Reynolds. Nice job. Reynolds sends that up. Red Wing, the other direction. Gets around one. Bredimus. Centering opportunity. Nice stick by Oberhammer last minute, and she'll pick up the puck. Trying to send it back up the boards. Ebensteiner able to help out. Red Wing able to keep it in. Red Wing sends it on net. That bounces a couple times and goes to the other side of the ice. Sent on right out front. Oberhammer able to stick it away. Red Wing able to recover. Send on through traffic. Nice job by Levine to keep it in her sight and over and off. Bredimus sells it down, leaves it for Oberhammer. Oberhammer gets around, trying to get around one, didn't work. Bredimus will pick it up, send it back to Ebensteiner. Loose out in front, kicked aside by Levine. Oberhammer takes it to the sideboards. Abbott comes in to help and will take it over to Bredimus. Nice job, nice pass. Bredimus on a rush, gets it to the side. Drives the net. Bredimus shot just goes wide, and she was picked off the last minute there. Kept in there. Centering opportunity. Oberhammer. Kept in by Abbott. Abbott back to Anderson. Anderson going to take a shot on net. Try to center. That one goes wide of the crease. 9:43. Red Wing, other direction. Oberhammer with a nice stick. Ebensteiner gets around one, gets it into the zone on side. Anderson trying to help to keep it in, and does, and now back into neutral ice. That one will go all the way down. Simons will have to recover. Simons with pressure behind. Leaves that out front. Kelly able to get it to the sideboards. Red Wing not able to center. Now they are, but that one hits the skates. Hook call on Kelly. Spartacats back into the box. Puck's down, Red Wing sends that to the top of the circles. D-to-D pass, poked aside by Bredimus, poked away by Reynolds. That one back to the sideboards. Bredimus centered, poked behind the net by Red Wing. Red Wing trying to backhand that center. That one goes to the side of the net. Levine slides across. Out in front for Red Wing, couldn't get the shot off. That one will bounce aside too. Nice glove save or kind of poke by Levine. That one goes back to the point. Shot towards the net, deflected by Bredimus. Bredimus will take it behind the net. Look at our options. Side reverse around the other way with a nice move. Bredimus to Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner takes it up and out. Ebensteiner takes it to the center. Has a lot of pressure, still able to get around one. That one gets back to the blue line and then recovered by Bredimus. 40 seconds left in the penalty kill. Bredimus turns back the other way, finds Ebensteiner. Ebensteiner brings it back in onside. Tried to center that across to Simons. Red Wing brings that in, not able to get a shot off. Levine pokes that aside. Red Wing out in front. Save Levine. "13 seconds left in the penalty kill." Back down, centering up two, goes back up to the top of the slot, and goal. Through a screen, don't think Levine saw that one go through. Too much traffic in front of the net. Red Wing ties it up 1-1 with 7:50 left. Puck down, goes to Oberhammer. Oberhammer trying to stick that around. Getwe will pick it up and send it into the boards. That one gets sent deep for Kelly, the first on it. Kelly trying to pull that to the center. Dangerous play. That one does get out. Offside. Puck down, Getke gets it over to Holman. Holman able to keep it out, sends it back to the red line. Back over for Holman. Holman trying to get around one, runs into some pressure. Stopped by Oberhammer. Oberhammer takes it to the center, trying to get up to McCabe. McCabe was in stakes, and Oberhammer will take it to the side. She almost lost it too, but regains possession and brings it into the zone. Onside, gets over for Holman. Holman trying to center that, not able to get it far enough for Getke, who was out front. Almost kept in there by Kelly. Kelly waits for her team, and offside, not in time. Getke pushes that forward, Red Wing recovers, able to get it back into the neutral zone. On the stick of Bredimus, finds the stick of Getke. Getke brings it to the outside, pokes it ahead for herself and Holman. Kept out by Red Wing. Nice job by Starlet with a good stick. Holman, Getke. Getke brings that in. She's got one on her. Keeps it to the outside. Sends it all the way around. No one's going to be at the other side. McCabe trying to get there first. Able to get there with the help of Bredimus. Shot on net. Gets paddled to the side. Holman first for the Spartacats. Back out. Getke rushing the net, trying to find her forehand, trying to center that through pressure. And here comes Red Wing the other way. Nice stick there by Reynolds. In comes Red Wing on side. Bredimus first on it. Able to slow it down. Gets her stick lifted. Veen pokes it back around. Centering opportunity negated there by McCabe. McCabe sends it up the boards, kept in there at the point by Red Wing, off a couple skates and sticks. At the top of the circles, Gecki trying to get control of that one, gets off of the skate. Shot through, blocked by Bredimus. Bredimus brings it to the side and to the boards. Bredimus brings it out, gets it all the way down, offside, icing is waved off. Red Wing picks it up, shot on goal into the glove by Bodsberg. But nice nose by Bodsberg to get a shot on goal on the loose puck. Guys, scoring opportunity, 5:33 left in the third period. Spartacats once again looking for that ominous lead. Puck's down behind the net, poked aside. Bodsberg working at it, gets picked up there by McCabe. McCabe centers. That one back down for Kelly. Kelly brings that behind the net, looking to regain speed for herself. Centers it. Oberhammer takes it back to the side. Centers it. Red Wing able to get a shot towards the goal, but deflected by Abbott. Oberhammer behind the net, sends it around for McCullum. McCullum up the boards, able to get it out, and here comes Bodsberg. With speed, brings it to the center. She's got a couple to beat. She's bothered from behind, pushed off the puck, and back into neutral. That one's going to go all the way down. Icing waved off. Oberhammer picks it up. 4:44 left in the third. Oberhammer sends it across. Abbott up the boards. Not kept in there, and here comes McCullum. McCullum brings that on, tries to pull it to the center, but will pull it behind the net. McCullum, nice job there, gets bumped off the puck, but still fighting for it. Bodsberg there. Bodsberg, centering opportunity, gets to McCullum. McCullum shoots on net, deflected aside. Bodsberg will go after it, sends it up the boards. Oberhammer with a nice job to keep it. That one back, kept in again by Oberhammer. And a nice job with the blue line by the Spartacats. Still able to keep it in, and they will try to drive it further down. Oberhammer sends it to the top of the circles. Sent, lost, back to the top blue line, and here comes Red Wing the other way on a rush. Kelly with it. Shot coming here. Levine with a save, kicked aside. Bodsberg chasing after it at the red line. Bodsberg, Oberhammer. Abbott, back around. That one to the top, back behind the net, hits off the back of the net. Backhand opportunity shot there. Kelly picks it up. Back, aside, Levine covers it for a whistle. .314 left. Coincidental Miners put Oberhammer and one more in the box. One more from Red Wing. Back down. Shot towards the slot, gets backhanded wide. Bredimus applying pressure, ties up her skater, gets deflected to center. That one back out to the point. Blocked by Ebersteiner, and she's able to get it, almost get it back out. Nice job by Anderson to finish it off. Bredimus has it at the red line. It's up to Trust Me. That one goes across. Reynolds, nice pressure there. Red Wing driving towards the net. blocked aside there by Levine. Simon sends it to the boards. Back over for Bredemus, 2:11 left. Out front. Nice job by Anderson to keep pressure out from the crease there. Shot blocked. Back to the point. DDD pass for Red Wing. Red Wing's going to try to shoot that through pressure. Paddled aside by Levine. Centering opportunity there. Over to the side. Reynolds put that one back to the boards. Back to the blue line. Red Wing able to regain control. Levine pokes it to the back of the net. Centering opportunity, doesn't go far. Here comes Bredemus. Bredemus with 1:22 left. Bredemus looking for some options, keeps it to the outside. Bredemus able to keep it in. Anderson with a shot on net. Glove save. Red Wing, 1:09 left. Back down for Getke. Back across the crease. Getke is going to get over there to the boards. Trying to regain control. Getke finds it. She's going to chase it behind the net. 57 seconds left. McCabe. That one back up to the top of the circles. McCabe able to help keep it in. Getke takes it back out to the middle. She's tripped. No call. 42 seconds left. Oberhammer keeps it in. Shoot at net. Deflected aside. 30 seconds left. Kept in by Oberhammer. Oberhammer shot on net. Goes behind the net. 28 seconds left. Back out to the neutral zone. That one's going to go all the way down, but no call. As it was tipped. 16 seconds left. Oberhammer lost in her skates. Back up for Holman. Gonna run out of time here. 4 seconds left. 2, 1. And that will end in a tie. Spartacats still without a loss, but do not gain another win. 1-1 is your final. Good game. Skated well by both teams. We will be back next weekend, I believe. For the Hudson Raider Classic. 3-game series out in Hudson, Wisconsin. No games before then. Enjoy your weekend, and we will see you in Hudson.